Hey friends, it's Kimmy and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please take a second to hit that subscribe button, and if you already have, thank you so much. It really means the world to me. So, booze, ghouls, and bats, welcome back. Today I am going to be doing a little bit of a different video. This style of video is something that I personally enjoy consuming, so I thought, why not see if you guys like it too. Today, I'm going to be reading r/am I the a-hole posts. So I know lots of YouTubers have done this style of video before. Charlotte Dobre does it, Ooga Booga or somebody, the Queer Kiwi are all channels I love watching, and I just think that this particular style, this particular video, I just love these videos, so I am gonna be reading some out to you that I find particularly funny. I have not actually gone through and pre-chosen any, so I'm just gonna kind of wing it and see how it goes. The first one that I have found is r/am I the a-hole for telling my sister, stop trying for a baby, it won't work. Probably you are, but let's find out what the story is and we'll see what the viewers think. Am I the asshole for telling my sister to stop trying for a baby? It won't work. I, 24F, have a sister, 28F, who's been struggling with infertility and miscarriages. She has 2 stepkids from her husband, 29M. My sister has always wanted a baby of her own, but struggled getting pregnant, and when she did, she miscarried. Sorry to hear that. She recently announced to family and friends that she was going to try for a baby because she believes God will give her a baby and bless her with a child. Everyone in my family supported her and I did too, but in the back of my mind, I didn't think it was a good idea. She went to the doctor multiple times and they told her there is a very unlikely chance she'll have a baby. She doesn't listen to them, and she just says that God is on her side and that God will give her a baby. Around the holidays, our family got together to spend the holidays together. While we were there, okay, the punctuation in this is killing me. My sister kept talking about the fact that she was trying for a baby and everyone was praying and hoping that it would work. I told my sister she needed to stop. She won't have a baby. It's kind of sounding at this point like you might be the asshole. If she does, she will miscarry. She started crying, not surprised, and I told her I wasn't trying to hurt her feelings. Well, you probably have succeeded in that. I just wanted to tell her because I knew if she kept trying and kept seeing negative pregnancy tests, she would get more and more depressed. And people feeding in and pretending like she's going to get pregnant isn't helping. Okay, I told her I just wanted her to be able to come to grips with the fact that she is unable to carry a baby. Everyone in my family yelled at me because they said I was being too harsh on her and that God will bless her with a baby. I don't think I'm the asshole, but everyone is saying I am. Okay, I have opinions. Let's see what the comments say. I think if you're concerned about your sister's mental health, you could have taken a gentler approach. That's what I'm feeling too. Like, it kind of sounds more like you're just tired of hearing about it than anything. It doesn't really sound like you're trying to think about her, because if you were thinking about somebody, you wouldn't look at someone who very much wants a family and say the things that you have said. I would never walk up to someone and be like, you're just gonna have a miscarriage. Oh my god, straight to hell with you. This person says, and you did your medical training where? Touche. These are thoughts you need to keep to yourself. If she wants to start trying, or if she wants to keep trying, that's none of your business. FYI, I've been an ER nurse for over a decade, but my friend is an OBGYN doctor. She's seen successful pregnancies when it seems very unlikely. It happens whether you believe it or not. Yes, so it's sounding like everyone agrees you are the asshole, and if only because of the way that you delivered it, you could have been a little bit more gentler if you were really thinking about this person's feelings, especially if she's your sister. Like, be supportive. Okay, this one sounds interesting. Am I the asshole for giving my wife a swear jar? Let's find out. My wife, 27F, and I, 35M, have been married for a year. I really love my wife a lot. Okay, who are you trying to convince? And she is an amazing person, but she does have one big character flaw. She tends to curse and swear a lot. It's only a character flaw depending on who you ask. I come from a family where no one ever cursed. Yes, I recognize the irony in posting in a subreddit with a title that references the AH word. As such, I am someone who never curses in their daily life at all. So it was a bit shocking to hear how liberally my wife would use the F word if she got annoyed or mad. Furthermore, if we were to have kids, my wife's frequent swearing might be a bad influence on them. And it's just not a polite thing to do. I feel like if you're that concerned, maybe you shouldn't have married her. So yesterday, I spoke to my wife and explained to her that I was concerned that she was swearing too much. I told her that I know she isn't dropping F-bombs every few sentences or anything like that. How much is she swearing? Because I swear a fair amount, and I feel like every few sentences I wouldn't consider to be, a lot. So if it's not even every few sentences, it's like she swears twice a week, or what's happening here? But the fact is, she does tend to curse a lot. And it may not be a good influence when we have kids, and she gets accustomed to the habit. I bought a swear jar and told her to drop a quarter in it every time she says any curse words so that slowly she can wean herself off of it. This is a toxic relationship. Her response was to loudly accuse me of being a fucking dumbass and that I was behaving incredibly childish. I just brought the topic up to her and I wasn't intending to force her. This is just something that might be a deal breaker to me. It sounds like it's a deal breaker from her perspective. I would dump your ass. You weren't intending to force her, but you literally said, I bought a swear jar and told her to drop a quarter in it every time she says any curse words.
I'm not forcing you, babe, but, put money in this.
Yeah, that's the definition of forcing. So let's find out if you're the asshole, shall we? I already know what my opinion is. You are the asshole. First comment. You knew how she spoke when you married, or at least I hope you did. I agree. If it bothered you that much, you should have brought this up long before you even considered getting engaged. That burn has flown. Deal with it. And then someone comments on it. It blows my mind that he's treating this fully grown adult that he chose to marry and be life partners with like an errant child he chose to raise. Yeah, no, that's not your job, sir. If you don't like somebody, don't marry them. All of this, and it's really important to note that you didn't have a conversation with her and came to a conclusion. You literally treated her like a child by saying, my way is the correct way and your way is the wrong way. So I'm going to teach you to do things the right way by making you feel bad when you do things the wrong way. Sounds like a toxic relationship. This person says, you are the asshole. A swear jar for a fully grown adult because you are concerned that she swears too much? Newsflash, swearing isn't a character flaw. Just because you have different opinions about colorful language doesn't make it bad. It would be one thing if she was cussing like a sailor around your kids, but you don't have any right now. I curse like a fucking truck driver, and I am more than capable of not doing that around kids or in settings where it isn't appropriate. Ditto. You know where I can swear to my heart's content. My own damn house. If this is a deal breaker, then why did you marry her? Suddenly start cursing up a storm once the ceremony was over? Or I would be willing to bet this is the case. Did you think that once you married her, she would change for you? Alright, let's see what else Reddit has to offer today. I think these people, this might be the wife responding, am I the asshole for telling my husband he's not allowed to be frustrated? I need more context. I, 25F, and my husband, 26M, are pregnant with our first child. Congrats. Recently, I've started really feeling the effects of pregnancy on my body. Sometimes I get bad cramping and nausea to the point where if I move, I'll likely throw up. For some background information, we both work full-time and typically try to split the household tasks equally, although occasionally, when one of us has to work late, a couple of hours or something, the other will pick up the slack. We also have planned for getting pregnant for a long time, so it's not like this isn't what he wanted. I know where this is going, and get out while you can. We were getting ready to leave today, and he asked if I brought the clean laundry up from the dryer in our basement. I said no. I didn't think I could get the laundry up 2 flights of stairs, so I was planning to just grab what I needed and leave the rest for later. He made a comment that he was really frustrated I couldn't grab all the laundry, so he didn't have to go all the way downstairs as well. You poor 26-year-old, I'm assuming by the post, able-bodied man. You poor thing. Oh my god. I got upset and basically told him he didn't have the right to be frustrated with me for having pregnancy symptoms and not being 100% anymore. Also, not anymore, just like literally for a temporary period of time. Like if you're pregnant, God forbid you don't feel well. Also, we share tasks, so it's not my job to get the laundry in the first place, and there's no reason he couldn't have just done it himself anyways. Okay, this changes everything. This changes everything, because when she said we split the tasks, I assumed that what that meant was she did the laundry and he did the dishes or something. Not like they literally 50-50, like one of them does it one day and the other one does it the other day. If that is the case, this is obscene and he is most definitely the asshole, and you are not the asshole. Am I the asshole for telling him he can't get frustrated at me for this? I don't want to make him feel like he can't talk to me about how he's feeling, and I'm starting to worry I just lashed out because I wasn't feeling well. At the same time, it's frustrating to me that he's fine picking up the slack if I have to work late, but he hates to do it with pregnancy symptoms. You are definitely not the asshole. I am gonna scroll down to the comments. You can't tell him he can't get frustrated at you. Like, people are allowed to feel whatever they want to feel. What he shouldn't be doing is taking out his frustration on you and saying that it's your job, because it sounds like it's not your job. If your partner doesn't have enough compassion for you when you're not feeling well, like, has the man never been sick and you've picked up the slack? Like, that's obscene. Okay, let's find out what the comments say. This isn't a good sign of things to come. Not the asshole. It might be time to have a conversation about dividing the workload differently since you're pregnant. I agree. But does that conversation need to be had? Apparently it does. Or maybe you guys could divvy up chores in a way that lets you work on things that are easier for you to do. Yeah, like if your basement's downstairs and your kitchen's upstairs, then just do the dishes or cook or whatever, and he can go downstairs and get everything like a normal person would do. Like, he can haul the laundry up all the stairs since that's now harder for you to do. Not the asshole. He's mad because he had to go all the way downstairs. Not sure if he realizes exactly how much work and compromise it takes to have a child. Yeah, that's gonna be a tricky one for you. Hopefully you don't have 2 kids after this. I, 16F, am the oldest of 6 kids. There's me, then my sister Katie, 14F, brother Miles, 12M, brother Caden, 11M, sister Belle, 7F, and sister Lyra, 6F. Their parents were busy. About 4 months ago, my parents moved Katie into my room. As the oldest, I had my own room, instead of sharing with the younger girls like she used to. So there's 2 boys and 4 girls. So 3 of the girls were sharing a room together. And one of them was 14 and the other 2 were 7 and 6. That's kind of fucked up. Apparently, having an older sibling there kept them up all night, and my parents wanted to put an end to that. I mean, if you're 14, I don't think that you should be sharing with a 7 and a 6-year-old. That's not really cool. If you have a 16-year-old sister, I personally feel like the 2 older kids should be sharing, but let's hear the rest of the story. Only, I don't like Katie. I love her, but like her? No. Okay. I'm not sure I ever really liked her, but especially not in the last few years. So I wasn't happy with her moving into my room, and I started sleeping on the sofa in the basement. You're 16, okay. I also lock up my stuff at night so she can't snoop or break anything of mine, because that is a concern of mine, among other issues with her. My parents didn't say anything at first because they thought I'd accept it eventually, but I still go in there every night, and now they're annoyed. They told me I'm being unfair, that Katie's feelings will be hurt and eventually it will, that Katie's feelings will be hurt eventually, and it makes things look bad when I'd rather sleep on an old lumpy sofa than in my comfortable bed. I told them sharing it with Katie is the last thing that will work for me, and I'm happy sleeping in the basement over sharing with her. My parents say I can't continue and argued when I said I would not sleep in the room with her. Am I the asshole? It sounds like there's a lot of context missing from here. I don't really understand why she can't just have her bed in the basement. Like, is the basement a common area? I don't understand really what the layout of the house is or anything, but It sounds like pretty typical sibling behavior to me. I'm the youngest sister of two, and my sister did not want anything to do with me, especially at this age. So let's see what the comments say, because I kind of have a problem with calling a child an asshole anyway, even if you're giving asshole attitude. Like, you're 16, it's okay. Not the asshole. If you have so many kids and so little space, why is the basement used as a sitting area? It looks like that's all we have time for today, folks. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you got to this point, leave a little emoji in the comments. And don't forget to let me know if you like this content and I can continue doing it more often. Hit the like button if you want to, and the subscribe button so you can be a part of the Kimmy T family. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are. Love you. Bye.